So, yeah, chances are you probably wasted a lot of time today, and like, you probably don't even know really where it went or how you spent it. Um, Nevertheless, it's gone. This is probably why you're feeling pretty stuck. So, like, most people, they never escape this loop. Just repeating the same cycle, busy, distracted, whatever, and like not really moving forward, you know? So there's this rule. It's pretty simple. It's not super exciting or anything, but yeah, it's worked for me. So after my rockets exploded live on television, which was not great, I had to kind of like rebuild everything, like really had to regain focus, you know? And I did that by protecting, just like protecting my time. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. But before we get into it, if you actually find value in what I'm sharing, just take a second to like the video and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Also, I'd love to know like where everyone is listening from. Feel free to drop in the comments. You know, always kind of fascinating to see like, you know, where everyone's tuning in. Because at the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to protect every moment of your day. So, you know, a lot of people assume I've always been super disciplined. Like I just wake up, code some rockets, build electric cars, post a few memes, and, you know, call it a day. But yeah, it wasn't like that at all. Not at the beginning. When I first got to America, I was sleeping on a futon. It was a tiny apartment shared with my brother. Couldn't even afford like an extra pair of shoes. It was just basic survival mode, really. I was building Zip 2 back then. There was this one period, I remember it very clearly. It was during Tesla's Model 3 ramp. We called it production hell. Honestly, I was sleeping on the factory floor, literally under my desk. Sometimes on a beanbag, sometimes just on the concrete. I was working like 120 hours a week, and I still couldn't stay ahead of everything. Emails piling up, fires everywhere, bottlenecks in the factory, robots jamming. It was a total mess. And I realized something. I was drowning in problems. I wasn't fixing them fast enough. And long work hours weren't the solution anymore. And that's when I forced myself to rethink how I was using time, because it was my scarcest resource. And that's when I started experimenting with something extreme. Every task, every meeting, every problem, just 5 minutes. Maximum intensity, no drift, no small talk. So yeah, I call it the 5-minute rule. I started breaking my day into back-to-back 5-minute blocks. At first, it felt kind of insane. Like, can you even do anything meaningful in 5 minutes? But yeah, you can. You actually have to. You become like brutally clear about what matters. No time for rambling, no time for fluff. It forces you to cut to the signal immediately. Every minute is like gold. I remember one morning, it was around 3 a.m. Paint shop conveyor had jammed again. Hundreds of Model 3 shells backed up. Normally that would trigger a long meeting. People were like explaining what happened, why it failed, you know, theories, excuses. But with 5-minute blocks, I sit to walk straight in and say, okay, tell me the one thing that broke and tell me what decision we need to make right now. That's it, one answer, one decision. 5 minutes, then on to the next problem. And once you start using this system, something happens, your brain adapts. You become hyper-focused, your thinking sharpens. It's like compressing weeks of work into hours, and every minute counts. Every answer matters. You start to realize how much time people waste in meetings, debates, long explanations. You don't need 60-minute meetings. You need 5-minute decisions. I've seen brilliant engineers, like super smart people, burn out because they confuse being busy with being effective. You know, startups collapse, companies die because people are reacting instead of deciding. When you slice time into 5-minute precision slots, you force yourself to get to the root cause immediately, therefore allowing for the best solution to present itself as quickly as possible and make the decision to act on it in that moment. Like, this is really a practice to help you get into better flow states and like optimize production outputs. You know, a lot of times you don't lose your focus during the work. You lose it in the first moments before you start working. The aim is to solve as efficiently as possible and not react to other BS. And yeah, at first it can be exhausting. You know, that kind of concentration can be kind of draining initially, but then it gets easier the more you do it. Now, if you're just trying to focus and you're first starting out, you'd probably want to set like a longer timer, like 20 or 30 minutes would probably be a good start. You want to eliminate distractions and commit to getting in a flow state. You'll find that the longer you can go with uninterrupted work and absolute focus with the task at hand, that your production output will get better and your focus will enhance. And so, like physiologically, what's happening here is that flow states reduce cortisol levels in the brain, which are responsible for stress and anxiety. It simultaneously also increases norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin. These chemicals make you feel good, increase attention receptors, and decrease stress. As you get better at entering and exiting flow states, you'll find that the window it takes to get there gets shorter. You have to like train your brain like a muscle, you know? But yeah, getting back to the 5-minute rule, it's all about like maximizing time efficiency and solving problems in the quickest, most cost-effective way. And so I built daily rituals to protect my schedule because there's just like way too much stuff I have to do each day. And so if I didn't have these time allocations set in place, it would be just like total chaos. And really, this system, it helped save Tesla. It got us through the darkest hours of Model 3 production, and it allowed SpaceX to solve like complex engine problems rapidly because I couldn't afford long thinking cycles. Every delay could cost lives or billions of dollars. So yeah, 5 minutes, maximum clarity, and move on. Most people think they don't have enough time, but they actually have too much unfocused time. And honestly, it's never too late to start, whether you're 18 or 80. If you've got a mind and you've got 5 minutes, you've got enough, because it's not about working more, it's about focusing more intently with a clear vision of the outcome. Because like a couple minutes of pure clarity and focus can outperform hours of drift. And like if you're having a hard time with focus in general, just remember to dedicate pockets of time where you can work in a setting that optimizes for little to no distractions. So you can get into a flow state and actually give yourself a chance to really focus. And so here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow, before your phone, before your email, before anything, pick 5 small but meaningful problems each day this week. Attack each one with complete focus with hyper-intentional resolve and see if anything changes for you. Now, just to be clear, we're not like completing the actual work that needs to be done within 5 minutes. Even though that would be like amazing if all of life's tasks could be completed in just a few minutes. No, you're just deciding on how the problem will be resolved. That's it. Like, what's the quickest, most logical and direct way it can be handled without getting emotional or biased on the matter? Typically, you will reach a sound and obvious conclusion fairly quickly if you give yourself only a few minutes to reach its resolve. So yeah, 5 minutes, 5 things, no distractions, no BS. And if you're trying to get better at focusing, set like 20 to 30 minutes aside each day this week where there will be no distraction whatsoever. Commit to focusing on completing the task with laser concentration, just you and the task at hand, no phone, social media people or anything. Yeah, no distractions. Once the timer's up, you should notice a different feeling than the one you started with. It will be like a sharper, clearer, more focused and like energized feeling than what you had when you first started. Do this for 5 times this week and come back and tell me how you feel. And like, I know this stuff seems like super obvious, but you'd be surprised just how many people forget about doing simple things like this, which in turn makes them less effective and diminishes their output dramatically. Like, you have to be super aware of your states of being and mind, or like you risk the chance that your subconscious will hijack your attention and influence your energy, mood, and feelings, which like can lead to less than optimal decisions and outcomes if not controlled. But yeah, it's just really, there's really no time for that. So anyways, feel free to try out some of the stuff I talked to you about. After a week, come back. Tell me what changed. Because this isn't theory. Like, it's a practice in neuroplastic reconditioning. It's fundamental in behavior and identity change. So that's really all I have for you today. As I said before, like the video, if you got something out of it, and feel free to subscribe if you like more of this kind of stuff, you know, to help you keep building momentum and whatnot. Not for me, for you. Next time, lesson, whatever, I'll break down more tools I used when things got really brutal. Yes, there's more. I mean, we haven't even got into the SpaceX stuff and Mars missions yet. That's the real good stuff. But yeah, for now though, protect your 5 minutes, protect your focus, intentions, and yeah, overall life direction. And I guess I'll leave you with a quote I once said. So yeah, here it is. You guys are the magicians of the 21st century. Don't let anything hold you back. Imagination is the limit. Go out there and create some magic. With that being said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good luck out there.